welcome to the Northwest Treatment Vidcast. Hey, Léa.
Hey, Jessica, what skill are we learning today?
We were going to talk about the two different styles of breathing that you and I have come across, and then talked about what the pros and cons are.
That's right. So today we're going to do square breathing, which Jessica is going to lead us in. And then after that, I'm going to lead us into the triangle breathing. And then, like Jessica said, we'll give you the pros and cons about them.
So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into this breathing skill. The particular one that I ran into quite a while ago and have recommended for people is one that's called the square breathing. Mm-hmm. It's called that because it's equal signs. It's 4, so it's a beat of 4. So the idea is you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. So I'm going to go ahead and do the count. Léa's going to do the actual breathing. You ready?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So we're breathing in on 2, 3, 4, and holding that breath. 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, and again in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Last time in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. That's the pattern for square breathing. Léa, you were going to talk about triangle breathing.
And so the pattern for triangle breathing is going to be breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4. Breathe in for 4. And we're going to do it again in 3 rounds.
Okay.
So Jessica, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. So I'm going to breathe you in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. And breathe in for 2, 3, 4, and hold for 2, 3, 4, and out for 2, 3, 4, and then last round for 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2, 3, 4, and then let it out for 2, 3, 4.
So then, Léa, what is it that you like about the triangle breathing?
I like triangle breathing because it's very similar to how I naturally breathe. And so for me to expand to make sure I do a certain beat makes a little bit more sense. And my body likes it a lot better than when I try to do square breathing. Because square breathing will give me this panicky feel sometimes and feel like I'm drowning. And so for me, I've always kind of just gone towards triangle breathing because of that.
Right, that extra holding moment of count of 4 when you're out of breath. That can definitely be a little alarming for some people. And I know you mentioned that was not as common for you because you were a swimmer.
Yeah, when you've exhaled, I don't like that. I was trained when I was much younger to make sure that I breathe in very quickly because you never know when your next breath was going to be. So I can hold it. I just don't like it when I exhale. But I know that you tend to actually favor the square breathing.
It's certainly the one I was taught. In a lot of ways, some of these skills, we pick the ones that we were taught that worked first, and it's sometimes whatever works for you. And one of the other things that I learned after learning the square breathing, but that worked better for me, was the idea of that same pattern of breathing in for the same amount as holding the breath and then moving out and breathing out for the same amount and then holding it, that 4 sides of that square.
Yeah.
I found another alteration that was to slowly increase that beat. So you'd start out with the 4, but then you'd go to 5 seconds on each section and then 6 seconds on each second. And some of that is based on the idea of trying to slow your heart, to kind of slow any possible panic thoughts that are happening, that it makes it a slightly more complicated. So you might need to look at a watch and then you really get to focus on that moment and your breath.
Yeah. I could definitely see that slowing down your heart rate and slowing down especially if you're hyperventilating, right?
Right. And just biologically, when we breathe in, we usually are speeding up our heart. And when we breathe out, we can slow down the heart. And that's one of the thoughts with the square breathing, is to have that holding of empty lungs at the end, is to have extra time to slow the heart. And it's really interesting to find out when it actually does work for you. You can quite literally feel your heart exponentially slowing down or speeding up each time you breathe in or breathe out.
Yeah. You definitely, I mean, I feel that with the triangle breathing. So for sure, you can start feeling and play around with it. It's actually a little bit of fun.
Right. And it's all about finding out something that works for you. And in that way, when you need it, if you're having a moment of anxiety, or, even going into a panic attack, or if you're just feeling disassociated for a moment, or really just frustrated because someone's being a butthead, you can just kind of have a moment to breathe.
And we also wanted to invite you guys to leave us a comment on any skills that you want to see or want us to do a whole video about, or do a longer video maybe about.
We would love any input you guys have. You're welcome to leave it on the comments at the YouTube here, or you can leave us a message on our Facebook or the website. We hope you guys enjoyed this skill, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Be well.
Thanks.